Welcome into the video. I am your tech guy Wayne, and today I'm going over how to use the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 for beginners. This will be a full beginner's walkthrough. We're going to show you from the beginning how to take it out of the box, how to set it up, how to pair it with your phone, a walkthrough of the interface so you know how to use it, how to customize it. We'll go over how to download watch faces, how to answer calls, how to answer text messages, and by the end, you should be in good shape to use your new Samsung Galaxy Watch 8. Please leave some love. If you find a section that's helpful, bump that like button down below, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you'll want to do is grab your charger out of the box. The charger is magnetic, and you just simply need to take it and put it underneath the phone and plug it in, and that will turn on the display. The first thing you'll see on the display is this screen, which basically has the unique code for this watch. Now, what tends to happen is you'll get a pop-up on your phone screen that will say, hey, there's a new Galaxy device that's trying to pair, and it's usually about this big, and it will show the watch. If you see that pop up on your phone, go ahead and tap connect. Now, I've had the phone next to the watch for a long time, so that notification has gone away. One thing you'll want to do is turn on your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi settings. Let me actually turn both on and see if that triggers the alert. If you don't see that pop up, no problem. You'll simply want to go to the Samsung wearable app. Now, if you're using a Samsung phone, this app should already be on your phone. And if you're not using a Samsung phone, if you're using a Motorola or just another brand, you'll want to go to the Play Store and download this app. So let me show you. The app looks like this. It's called Wearable, Samsung Wearable. But if we go to the Play Store, you can simply do a search for the Samsung Wearable app and simply just tap on the search and just say Samsung Wearable, and then the app should come up. There it is. So that's the app you'll need to download. I'm going to open it up. We're going to hit start, and then the phone will begin to look for the watch. You want to make sure that your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi is turned on as well. This is what it should look like on your end. It should have the same code on both the phone and the watch. We're going to hit confirm, and this will begin the process of linking the watch to your phone. Now, one important note, the Samsung Galaxy Watch will work with just about any Android phone, but it will not work with iPhones. There is no workaround for this as far as I know. And some of the Chinese manufacturers it will not work with, but most Android phones will allow you to download the wearable app. Next, we're going to tap setup for myself. Okay, next we need to accept the terms and conditions. You'll basically need to check the boxes for all of these. Anyone that is optional, you don't have to select. So I normally like to uncheck those. We're going to hit continue. And next, it's going to link the watch to our Google account. Next, we're going to check the boxes for the Google terms and conditions. Now, these are also optional, and I like to uncheck those as well. Hit I agree. Okay, we're going to hit next. So here you have the option to set up launching your Gemini assistant by simply turning your wrist or saying a hot command. I'm going to hit no thanks for now on this one. And the reason I don't love that is because the watch is always going to be listening for that command and potentially listening to other things, so I'd prefer it not to always be listening. Here it's recommending some apps to download, apps that are already linked to my other devices. I'm going to hit continue, hit next, hit allow. Now, I have used Samsung watches in the past, and so if you ever restore from a backup, it'll actually take all the watch faces that you have downloaded from your previous watches and it will add them to the watch. But if this is your first time, then this won't really apply. We're just going to hit set up as a new watch. On this screen, you can select your preference of what wrist you're going to wear the watch on. I'm going to wear it on my right wrist, and the button position should be the right of the screen. We're going to hit next. This is a new feature of the Watch 8, which is tracking your stress on your vascular system. So we're just going to hit next. It also has sleep tracking and some additional nudges it'll give you to encourage you to get a good night rest. We're going to hit next on that. It has a running coach feature as well. If you like to run or get better at running, it will help you track your runs and then give you goals and different things to improve your running. You can also have suggested replies using AI. There is an emergency feature that is built in, and this is by tapping on the power button 5 times, or the home button, excuse me, which is this button right here. You can actually launch an emergency call to emergency services, which is really helpful. Hit next, and we're just about at the end of the setup, and then we'll be able to get to the watch and actually see how to navigate the screen. There we go. So our watch is officially set up. This is what it will look like in the Samsung Wearable app. So I just want to point out here, you're going to be able to make changes on your phone as well as on the watch. And so the phone will always let you make more changes than the watch. So it just depends on what you're trying to change. For example, if you're trying to download new watch faces, you'll want to do that from the phone in the watch faces section. You can also go to the store and you can find compatible apps for the watch as well. Now, the very first time you set the watch up, it will take you on a tour of the watch. So let's watch the tour and I can kind of explain about navigating. We're going to hit start. So swiping down brings up our quick panel. And in the quick panel, you have just shortcuts to the most frequently used settings on the phone. I'll come back to that after the tour and I'll explain it in more detail. Let's hit next. Now, if you want to get to all the apps that are on the phone, you're going to swipe up. And swiping up will bring up your app menu, and then you can scroll through and see all the apps that are on the phone. Next, by swiping to the left, this will bring up your tiles, and you'll have different things like your health tracking and other notifications and different data you want to track is all available just by swiping left. And then by swiping to the right, this will take you to your notifications. So if you get a new text message that's come through your phone, it'll also ping on your watch. It'll also show emails if you want to enable to be able to read your emails from your watch. And it'll enable news as well, Facebook notifications. You can have a lot of things come through as notifications. Now at the top here, this is your home button. So you can press that button at any time and it'll always take you right back to your home screen. And so that's the end of the tour. And as you can see, the tour is very limited. So I'm going to take that and now give you the additional information that the tour doesn't give you. So one, when we swipe down from the top, this is our quick panel menu. And here you'll find, first of all, your modes button. This button is how you switch the phone to, for example, sleep mode or the theater mode. If you're ever in a theater, this will dim down the screen. So when you look at your wrist, it won't show so bright with the screen. You have your power saving mode. This is your power button you can use to restart the watch or just turn it off. This is your always on display mode. And what this does is when this is lit up in white, whenever you're not looking at your watch, it'll actually show the clock still on your watch. It's called the always on clock. It's a cool feature, but the problem is it drains your battery quite a bit. So it's not recommended to keep it on all the time, but it is something you can turn on when you go to certain places or when you just want to show off how cool your watch is. At the top here, this is your shortcut to get to your settings menu. Always the easiest way to get there, just swiping down and tapping on that settings wheel. Now, if you want to control the volume on your watch, if you want to put it on vibrate or silent, that's this button right here. So this is mute. This means the sound is totally off. This means the sound is on. Every time there's an alert, you'll hear it. And this means it's on vibrate. Now there's two more pages that you can swipe through. You're going to swipe to your left and you have a flashlight. This will actually use the screen as the flashlight. It'll basically light up really bright. You can even tap the screen to make it even brighter. So there's that. You also have your screen auto brightness right here, but if you tap it, you can make the screen manually brighter or you can make it manually darker. It's just up to you. But by default, it's going to be set to the auto brightness, which is it'll adjust depending on how bright or how dark your room is. And right now it's too bright, so I'm going to turn it down a bit. Now at the bottom here we have, in the upper right corner we have our do not disturb. This is your water lock feature. So if you ever are wearing your watch and you want to go for a swim or you want to go take a bath or a shower, whenever the screen, whenever water hits the screen kind of goes crazy because it's a touch screen. So what you'll want to do is turn on the water lock, and you'll see a little blue water droplet in the corner here, and this totally disables the touchscreen. So now your touchscreen literally is not responsive. And to turn this off, it's super easy. You're just gonna hold down this home button for 1 second. It's gonna make this noise. It says press for 2 seconds actually. And it'll make this noise, which will help to eject any water that might have been caught in it while you were next to the water. You also want to shake off your watch as well. All right, we're almost done here. This is showing you that our Wi-Fi is turned on. Now, the reason you would turn this on is if your phone was ever really far away from your watch. If you're on Wi-Fi, it'll continue to send you notifications from your phone. Now, this button is a shortcut to your sound settings. So if you ever wanted to listen to music from your watch, you can do it from here. You can just tap on media, and then you can raise the volume of whatever you're playing. You can also adjust the sound of notifications, your system sound, and your AI voice sound as well. So this just gives you a little bit more control over the sound. And then there's a third page for airplane mode, for your GPS, for your Bluetooth. You can actually pair Bluetooth headphones right to the watch. So if you download music to the watch, you can then play it from the watch to your Bluetooth headphones. This is a fun feature if you plan on going for a run and you don't want to take your phone. You can add music to the watch, pair Bluetooth headphones to the watch, and then just listen while you go for a run. And then we have our NFC, and this feature, which is super cool, this is actually your phone finder. So if you ever can't find your phone, you can use this to ping your phone. It'll actually ring your phone. Even if your phone is on silent or vibrate, it'll begin to ring and help you find it. So that's a super helpful feature. I use it all the time. So that is the quick panel menu, and that's all the buttons you'll see there. Now, when we swipe up from the bottom, when we swipe up, this takes us to our apps. This is the app drawer where you find all of the apps that are installed on the watch here. If you go to the bottom and tap on Set View, you can actually change how it looks. If you go to List, then it will show like this instead. Now, it's a bit boring this way. I like the other way myself, but again, it's up to you how you want that displayed. I'm going to go back to Grid. This is also your recent apps. So tapping on this will show you any apps that you've opened previously. And if you want to close any apps that are running in the background of the watch, you can simply hit Close All when you're in that section. So that's your app drawer. Again, that's where you find all of the apps that are currently downloaded to your watch. Now, you can actually go up to the Play Store, and here you can download more apps to your watch. Now, it's harder, obviously, to do that from the watch, so you'll want to go on the phone and go to Store, and this is where you can download other apps for the watch. Now, when we swipe to the left, this takes us to our tiles, and here we have just different pieces of information that we can see from our health tracking. So here, this shows me my steps, my active minutes, and how many calories I burnt for the day. This shows me my energy score. So when you wear it at night, it's going to give you an energy score and basically show you, like, if you got enough rest, your energy score is high, and if you didn't, the score is low. So it just kind of is a nudge for you to get enough rest, and if not, it'll tell you. Now, you also have your sleep tracking, your breathing exercises, and your ECG. And you can hit this plus here to add even more tiles and see what other information you can have shown on screen. Now, if I swipe to the left, this is the shortcut fitness menu. And here you can see some shortcuts, so walking, running, and treadmill. This is actually intuitive, so this will learn what type of workouts you do, and it will add them to this menu here to make it easier for you to launch those later. Especially if it sees you walk a lot or you do the treadmill a lot, then it will have them show up as the 3 options in the fitness section. And you had a short, and when you swipe to the right, this will show you incoming notifications. Now, this could be anything from a text message, an email, or a Facebook notification. Anything that's coming from your phone will show up right through here. All right. So Let's scroll through, scroll through. So that is a brief walkthrough of just navigating the screen. Next, I want to go over how do you change the watch face if you want a different watch face. You want it to look different on the front. So basically, you're going to press and hold for 1 second on the home screen. And then here, you can either customize the current watch face you're looking at. So we tapped customize. And by swiping left, it's trying to show us what we can do. All right. So first, we're on the style tab. And here I can basically drag my finger around the edge of the watch to switch. So left or right changes the options. Now, if I swipe left, now I'm on the color option, and I can then swipe around just by dragging along the edge of the watch. And that's how you scroll through. I can swipe left again, and now I can go to compilation and just tap on that blue circle, and then I can pick something different I would like to be tracked on screen. Maybe you want to have your steps tracked, which is, I normally like to have my step tracker on each screen. I'm going to go to steps, and now that's how we were able to change up that current watch face and now have our steps show on the screen. Now, maybe you just say, I want a whole different watch face altogether. You're going to long press on the home screen, swipe to your left, and tap on the plus. And when you do that, it will take you to your watch faces. Now, you can swipe up and down like this, or again, you can drag along the edge of the watch to scroll through a bit faster. It's not going to show you every single watch face that's available. It'll show you some. And after this, I'll show you how to add other watch faces from your phone. But basically, let's say I like this watch face. I'm going to tap on that one. That's going to add that as one of the shortcut or favorite watch faces. Now I can tap it again, and now this is the new watch face. And this has the time, it has the weather, it has the battery percentage on the side, and it has my, let's see, this is weather. One is skin temperature, steps, and then I'm not sure what that one is. Okay, so if I want to customize this watch face, same thing. I'm going to press and hold for 1 second, tap on customize, and then I can swipe through to see all the different things. Each watch face is different, so some let you customize more than others. On this one, there's a lot that I can customize, and you're going to swipe through, and whenever you see a blue box or square, you just tap in that, and then you can select a different piece of information to show on screen. Now, if you ever want to go back one page, so for example, right now we're on this section. If I want to go back to the last thing I was on, I'm going to swipe from the left side of the watch in just like this. And once again, swipe from the left, swipe in, and this basically is how you go back one step or one page. Now, if I long press on the watch face again, and I swipe to the left, I can add more watch faces. It'll let you add quite a few on here. And again, we can continue to swipe through that menu. Keep going. Now, we've gone through the entire list, or actually there's a lot more. So let's keep going. Keep going. This watch face here is one you'll see on a lot of the commercials for the Watch 8 as well, so that's a cool one, FYI. And this is another one right here, the dynamic digits. That's one of the newer watch faces. Now, there's some cool ones in here that will let you add a picture. You can grab a picture from your phone and you can add it. So let's do this. I'm going to hit my home button here to back out of this menu. Okay, so that in a nutshell is how you change the watch face from the watch. Now, if you go to the app, the wearable app, and you go to watch faces, here you can make a lot more changes. So as I swipe through this list, you'll see a lot more options. And up here is where your shortcut watch faces will be. So let's say you see one you like, just simply tap it and it will add it to the top as a shortcut. And it will also change the watch face. That's a fun one. Let's keep scrolling through. I'm going to add this one. This one is one of my favorites, and I can update it as well. So it looks like there's an updated version of it. So you just hit update and it's going to give you the latest version of that watch face. Now this one is going to update first and then it's going to change on the watch. So we don't need to wait for it. We'll let it download and we'll keep going. This is another one. That one also has an update. So we'll update that one and then we'll add it. Now, if you go to photos, these three watch faces will let you add your own customized picture as the background. So this is a really fun thing. So if I tap on photo, it'll change it on the watch, but it'll also allow me to customize it. So at the top here, I'm going to tap on the pencil. When you tap on that pencil, it'll let me change the layout. Press OK. So maybe I want it to look a little different. I can do that. But then I can go to background. And here I can go to, so it's on photos, hit the plus, tap on gallery. You have to give it permission so you can show your photos. And maybe I want to make, this is random, but maybe, or actually let's do this one. You can add multiple pictures. I'm just going to add one for now. I'm going to add this Rubik's Cube. And then I can pinch to make it larger like this. And then you can make other adjustments by going through here and just playing around with the settings. Hit done. And guess what? Now that's our new background. If I hit save, now I have a custom image as the background of my watch. So that one is super cool. You guys may have a sentimental picture of you and a family member that you want to be your watch face. Well, that's how you customize the watch to have your own customized or your own personalized watch face as the background. So as we scroll through here, you'll see a few more options of some cool watch faces. But there are more. There are thousands more you can download. You just need to tap where it says discover more watch faces. And here you'll see a lot more options. Hit explore. Select the options you see on screen. So maybe we can hit health and digital, and we'll select green. And here it will actually take the existing watch faces and it will play around with the colors to change them up for you. So that's one way you can, kind of change up the watch faces. The other way is by going to more watch faces on Google Play Store. And this will allow you to search on Google Play and show you a ton of watch faces. Now, this one looks really cool. Now, notice it's not free. There's a price right here. So if you wanted to download this one, you will need to pay for it. It's a one-time fee, and then you can have that cool watch face as your background. So there's that. We already spent a lot of time on watch faces, so I'm going to stop there and move on to the next thing. But this is something you want to play around with because there's so many cool watch faces you can get for your watch. And again, they're usually normally no more than $1 or $2, and it just gives you a little more customization when it comes to the watch and how you want it to look. Okay, next, let's go to tiles because this is how you customize what information is shown on screen. Now, earlier in the video, I showed you the different tiles and the things that you can see, but we can customize these pages if there's things that you don't want to see and vice versa. There might be things that you wanted to show. This is where you make those changes. So for example, maybe we want to start a new page. So here we have a new page. I just hit the plus there and it made this page right here. And now I can go through this list to see some of the options available. Maybe you want to track your vital signs. These are some of the options you can add. For example, your blood oxygen level, your heart rate. Let's add our heart rate. I like that. This is our vascular load, which is like stress tracking. And then you might want to have, let's see. Some of these are just shortcuts. Let's do a shortcut, and here we can do a shortcut to the camera and our calculator. We hit save, and now I can simply swipe over, and this is the new page we just created with our heart rate, our vascular load, and a shortcut to our apps. So That's just one way to customize the app. Now, next, I want to move into how to answer the phone when someone calls. Okay, let's trigger a call so you can see what it looks like when the watch rings. So you're going to see the phone ring and you'll see the watch ring as well. Okay, so what you'll need to do is take your finger and you'll want to drag. So put it on the green phone button and drag up. And that's how you answer the phone. And we'll end that call. Now, vice versa, when a call comes through, if you want to decline that call, do the same thing on the red button. You're going to drag it up. Or if you swipe up, it'll actually give you the send the message option, and you can send one of these three options. I'm going to hit please text me. It's going to decline the call, but it'll also send a text message and let them know, hey, I can't talk right now, but send me a text message. So that is the other way to interact with the call, decline it or decline it with a message. I see these other notifications. Let's say I want to get rid of this one because I've already read it. I don't need to see it again. I'm going to swipe up. And swiping up is going to clear that notification. Let's clear this one too. Now, you can go through each one and clear each one, or you can just go all the way to the right and hit clear all, and that will just basically wash out all the notifications and give you a fresh slate. I want to show you an important setting that you may want to change. So let's go to watch settings on your phone, and let's go to notifications. Now, there's two options here. One option is called smart device selection. And it says when your phone is in use, phone notifications will be shown on your phone, but not your watch. This avoids you getting pinged twice for the same message. Okay, it says when your phone screen is off or locked, phone notifications will be shown on your watch and muted on your phone. So that's one option. The other option is to say, hey, always show both. You will have to decide what makes more sense for you. I'm going to switch it to always show both for now, and I can always go back later and I can change this. Okay. Next, we're going to go to app notifications, and here's where you'll have to basically select what apps have permission to send you notifications. You might have apps that are linked on your phone that are constantly pinging you all day. Like Facebook is a good example. Like Facebook is constantly sending notifications. This person's live. This person just did this. You might say, Facebook, don't send me anything. Well, you'd go through here and you would find Facebook and you'd make sure that, guess what? Facebook is turned off, so Facebook can't send you notifications. But guess what? You might want notifications from your fantasy football app. Well, you can enable that one. So this is where you can get very specific about what apps are able to ping you and which ones cannot. This is so important because if not, your wrist is going to buzz all day and it's going to bug the crap out of you. So definitely go in there and make sure you calibrate that so that the apps you want to send notifications will send notifications. Okay, let's move on to text messages. I'm going to swipe up and go to the Messages app. And here I can see I have a text message right now. I'm just going to tap on that one. And look, this is a bunch of messages that just came through. Now, there's a few ways you can reply to these messages. So the first way is there are pre-selected replies. Yes, no, okay. Tap on the three dots here to see more. Hee, thanks, I agree, nice, on my way. And this is kind of new. There didn't used to be this many, but now there's a bunch in there. So that's one option. You can also tap on the emoji icon. You can respond with an emoji. And this one is a little irritating because sometimes it's hard to find your favorite emoji. You have to go through this list here and you got to find it. So this one will take a little time for you to calibrate. And then I want to go back to the last page. Pop quiz, how do I get back? That's right. We're going to start from the left side of the screen and swipe in. That's how we go back. Now, you can do a keyboard. You can have the on-screen keyboard show up, but this is where hopefully you're good at swipe texting. So watch this. Hi there. It's easier to swipe text than to try to tap each letter one at a time. It's going to get really irritating if you try to do that. So you want to swipe. Hi there. How are you? And then you can hit the check to go ahead and send that message. So that's another way to respond to a text. The other way, and to me, this is the easiest way, you should be doing this all the time, is use the microphone and just talk like this. So you can send a voice message, which is like a voice file of you talking, or you can send a voice to text. I prefer voice to text. It'll start listening, and then I can just say what I want to say and then send that off. So it's listening right now. So let me try again. Now, it sent that long message of me talking, which is irritating. So you need to make sure you are ready to talk when you hit the microphone. Voice to text. I'm busy right now, but can you give me a call a little bit later? So when I stop talking, it auto sent that message. So make sure when you start talking, you are ready for it to send, because it did not give me a chance to edit what I said. It just took it and it sent it. But the cool thing is it's easy, it's quick, and you don't have to fumble around with the small screen, okay? So those are the different ways you would respond to a text message. Now, I didn't go over this in the call section, but I just want to quickly point out, if I want to make a call from the watch, I can tap on the phone icon. It'll show a list of all the calls that have come through my phone, and I can simply just tap on it, and then I can decide if I want to send a text, or I can press the green button to initiate a call. So that's just a good FYI for you. Okay, a few more things I want to show you before we wrap the video. I want to show you how to launch the assistant, so the Gemini assistant. So you'll want to hold down on the home button for 1 second like this. This will launch your Gemini assistant, and then you can ask it whatever you want to ask. So that's how you work with the assistant. Now, this is kind of funny, but I want to show you the number one thing I use Gemini Assistant for. It's going to crack you up. Watch this. Set a 70-minute timer for my washer. So there it is. Okay. Now, this thing, if it wasn't for this watch, I would be doing so much more laundry. So I always love to set this so I know when it's time to switch to laundry. Now, here's the cool part. If I hit the home button, my timer is still running, and the time is going to show up on my home screen, but right below. So it's nice and low, just like this. So every time I look at my watch, I'll know how much time is left on my timer. I can also tap on that timer if I want to see it bigger or if I want to cancel it. So this is one of the cool features of the watch, is that this is a new thing. These are called live updates. So this works for when you set a timer. It'll work when you're on a phone call. It'll actually show you how long you've been on the call in that same little menu. It works when you're working out. You can basically have it show, like it'll show how long you've been working out. So it works for different things on the watch, and I found it to be super helpful. Now, I talked about working out. Let's talk about how do you initiate workout tracking. So there's two things with workout tracking. Now, one, there's a setting where if you are doing active movement for more than 10 minutes, it will detect it, and then it will start tracking the workout. We have to make sure this is on. So we're going to swipe down, go to our settings right here. And then we need to go to health, and then swipe up. Keep going. So here, this is called activities to detect. We're going to tap here, and you want to make sure this is enabled. For example, walking. If it detects you walking for 10 minutes, it will start tracking the workout. Same thing with running, biking, elliptical trainer. So these are on by default. You can turn them off. I would just say keep it on. It's super helpful. Sometimes you'll be walking and you won't even be thinking about turning on the tracking, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up on the watch for you. So one option is that the watch will detect you're working out and it will track it for you. The other option is you can swipe up and go to Samsung Health, which is right here. And then you'll swipe up to workout. And when you go here, you can select the workout that you want to track. Maybe it's a hike, tap on hike. It'll show you a quick snapshot of some things you can do while you're working out. Press OK. It will ask if you want to track the location because it'll show you exactly where you hiked. And it's up to you if you want to enable this or not. And I'm going to hit while using the app. Then I need to give it permission to track my location. Swipe from the left to the inside to go back. Hit agree. It'll give you a 3-second countdown and then it will begin tracking the workout. So here it is. Now, if I swipe from the right side in, I can control my music. If I'm listening to music, if I have, for example, music on my phone, if I have music on my phone, I can change the track or pause it right from here. Again, from the right side, swiping in. Or if I swipe to the right, this is how I get to the menu if I want to pause my workout or if I want to finish it. Now you can also swipe up to get additional data that is being tracked during the workout. So the first page is the duration, the distance, elevation. Now this is different depending on the workout. So we chose a hike, so it has data that is for hiking. But if you pick running or you pick swimming, the data is going to be different. We're then going to swipe up. It'll show you how many calories you burnt, your pace. The next page will show your heart rate, and it'll show your average heart rate and your max heart rate, which I love looking at this when I work out personally. And then, again, for running, when you swipe up, it has even more information. Now, when you're all done with your workout, swipe to the right, press the X to finish, and then it will show you your stats. This is everything it tracked during the workout. Kind of your little snapshot of how well you did. I didn't talk much about this bottom button here. This actually launches your Samsung Pay. If you press and hold on this button for 1 second, it will launch your Samsung Pay. And you basically hit the blue arrow and it will walk you through the setup. Now keep in mind the setup is going to bounce back and forth between the watch and your phone. So just follow the prompts and it will ask you to select what credit card you want to add. It'll have you put in the information. It'll have you verify it. And the process takes about 5 minutes. Now, the very last thing I want to show you is how to change the watch band on your Watch 8. Now, I already changed the watch band. I put this cool magnetic band where the ends basically snap together like this. This was a really nice little band. It was just a nice change. I'll link it on screen right here in case you guys want to check it out. But basically, if I want to take this off, there's a button right here, right below the band on the watch. And there's one more right here. You're going to take your fingernail, and it's best to use your thumb for this, and just simply press in and just wiggle out, and that's how you take the band off. Same at the bottom here, just press with your thumb and just wiggle, and that's how easy it is to take it off. And then here, this was the watch band that actually came with it. And I'm going to try to line it up with the grooves and just basically go back and forth. And it should snap back into place pretty quickly. There we go. And then here's the other band. And just kind of go left and right. Just push in and just wiggle left and right until it snaps into place, just like that. And that's how you change the band. All right, guys, this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you found this helpful. If it was, make sure you bump that like button down below and subscribe. And if you want to say thank you in an even bigger way, you can buy us a cup of coffee. I'm going to leave a link in the description, or actually I'll link it on screen right here. I'm a father of 4. I work a full-time job and I make YouTube videos, and so I drink a lot of coffee. So if you want to give a little extra support, click that link and buy me my next cup of coffee, and I truly appreciate that. I will link here to another really helpful video, and I'll link to a video right here as well. If you have questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to get to them. Again, I hope the video was helpful, and thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.